Good morning, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome to the Imbolc ritual. This is going to be an amazing, amazing time for us to... yeah, and I can move this if I need to. My name's Ginger Doss, and I'm going to start a little song here called The Song of Imbolc. The seeds of spring are stirring beneath the melting snow. The song of Imbolc rising from below. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten. The seeds of spring are stirring beneath the melting snow. The song of Imbolc rising from below. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten. The seeds of spring are stirring.
Thank you, Ginger. Good morning, blessed Imbolc. My name is RJ, and I'm a member of the board, a member of the choir, a volunteer on the Chalice Tech team, an enthusiastic helper on the grounds crew, and watcher of the turning of the wheel. And as a member of this congregation, I would like to welcome you. We know you come here for different reasons, to find community, to seek your spiritual and personal truths, to nurture your heart and your soul, to be nurtured and to nurture others, to explore new ideas and to find comfort and inspiration. Welcome. We know you come from different places, different religions, different beliefs, and different backgrounds. We hope that you will find comfort and connection here. We hope that you will find ways to provide outreach to others in your congregation, in your local community, and here in our interdependent web of all existence. On behalf of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Fayetteville, I welcome you to this very special Sunday service in celebration of Imbolc. Today's service was put together by the Web of Life, our pagan and natural spirituality group. The group was named for the seventh principle of the Unitarian Universalism: respect for the interdependent web of all existence, of which we are a part. A special welcome to those who are visiting us for the first time. I hope you were given all the information that you needed to feel comfortable here today. If you did not fill out the clipboard information in the lobby, but you want our emails, there are some white cards on the back of the chairs here in the sanctuary. It says hold up a card, but I don't have one. But you know what a white card looks like. So you can fill out, there you go. You can fill out one of those if you need to, and then you'll get our weekly emails and our newsletter. And you can just put those in the offertory basket later in the service or return them to the table at your convenience. Our ushers or our AV person there can help you if you need any hearing assistance. And I've heard those devices work pretty well, so if you are in need of some clarity, those devices are provided. Children and all the sounds that they make are very welcome here in our services. But if you need to step out with them or take a break, there are some seats in the lobby, or we have nursery care downstairs, and that's available as well. Please join us after the service for the potluck. Even if you didn't bring anything, we're a sharing community, and we would look forward to getting to know you better in our social hour. We are about to enter sacred time. We are about to make this time and this place sacred by our presence and our intention. Please silence your cell phones or other devices. We're glad that you decided to spend your morning here in celebration of this season of hope. Seeds of hope, growth, and excitement are about to unfold, and we look forward to sharing this experience with you. And now our introduction will be by Reverend Stephen Gaines.
The seasons of the earth have turned once again, and we find ourselves at the midpoint between the Winter Solstice and the Spring Equinox. Naturalistic pagans call this cross-quarter day the Winter Solstice, not the longest day or night, but an extreme point for temperature. It is the wintermost time of the year. Yet, in the midst of winter's icy grip, lies the threshold of spring's first stirrings. It is at this first stirring an ancient celebration of spring is commemorated. Indeed, the origins of Groundhog's Day traditions, which serve to predict early spring weather, date back to Norse and Slavic cultures who believed that bears coming out of hibernation, seeing their shadow, would return to their den for another 6 weeks. The old Irish name for this holiday is Imbolc, or Imbolc, which has many possible root meanings, all of which point to the holiday being a time of renewal, cleansing, and nourishment. Imbolc is thought to have been significant in Ireland since the Neolithic period because at the mound of the hostages on the hill of Tara, the inner chamber is aligned with the rising sun on the dates of Imbolc and Samhain. The central figure of the Imbolc celebration is Brigid, which for the pagans is a goddess, and to the Christians, a saint. Legend has it, she was born in the doorway of a barn on the dawn of February 1st. She was born in between, indoors and outdoors, winter and spring, and night and day. Born in a liminal space, she serves as the doorway between realms and understandings, between animals and humans, rich and poor, power and poverty, male and female, and solid and imagined realities. Inspired by Bridget, we can follow her along the in-between way, uniting forces that seek to divide our world today.
The breath of life. For the ancient Celts, this early promise of spring was a turning point of the year. They told a story of the old hag of winter who gives way to the young maiden of spring. The maiden is the goddess Brigid, or Brija, who breathes life into the mouth of dead winter. In Scotland, the beautiful young maiden Brigid spends the winter imprisoned within Ben Nevis, the highest mountain in all the land. Her jailer is Kalia, or Kaliak, the blue hag, who brings darkness and winter over everything. Her appearance is fearsome to behold. Her footsteps cover the ground with frost, and her fingers channel the cold wind and storms. But one day, when all the people have grown weary of winter and tired of Kalia's tyranny, the young god Angus comes to her rescue. Seeing him approach, the girl prepares for her escape. She jumps on to his white horse, and quickly they ride off. The Kaliak chases them across the mountains and valleys, all the while causing fierce storms as she goes. But the young ones are stronger and faster and sustained by the warmth of their affection. Finally, exhausted and outpaced, the old woman of winter moves more and more slowly until at last she stops altogether and eventually turns to stone. Thus, the young Brigid, goddess of spring, is free to bless the land with warmth and light, which from this time until summer grows stronger and stronger. And so Brigid reigns until the seasons change again. Brigid breathes life into the mouth of dead winter. How does one breathe life into that which seems dead? It's not an easy task. Cup your hands, I invite you, together and hold them over your mouth. Take a breath and slowly exhale. How warm and alive it feels. What transformation awaits us? What is wintering in us that needs to be breathed into life? What seeds are germinating? What ideas are hibernating? At its core, the earth is warm, and that warmth is now rising. So too are our spirits. Let us silently consider how we might be receptive to the stirrings of this spirit. Natalie is going to give us the circle cast.
The chime was the Celtic tradition of casting a ring or a circle of protection. The word chime is Gaelic, meaning protection or sanctuary. This term is derived from the root word meaning circle, to bend or turn. This circling prayer still exists today. Many pagans, Christians, and mystics still employ the simple drawing of a circle that symbolizes protection. The circle created is symbolic of wholeness, community, and connection to the universe. So let us envision now a circle encompassing us. Circle us, Spirit. Keep protection near and danger afar. Circle us, Spirit. Keep light near and darkness afar. Circle us, Spirit. Keep peace within, keep evil out. Circle us, Spirit. Keep hope within, keep doubt without. May you be a bright flame before us. May you be a guiding star above us. May you be a smooth path below us and a loving guide behind us, today, tonight, and forever.
Please join us, if you will, in welcoming the four directions and elements. And if you like, face each direction in turn, or simply envision it. East. Hail, spirits of the east, powers of air. We call upon Lady Bridget at her time of year, Lady of poetry, whose breath of wisdom shared. Clear our minds, your guidance we shall hear. We welcome these spirits to be near.
Hail, spirits of the south, powers of fire, we call upon Lady Bridget at her time of year, warrior goddess, who fights for that which is desired. Light up our spirits, so we may conquer our fear.
We welcome these spirits to be near. West. Hail, spirits of the west, powers of the well. We call upon Lady Bridget at her time of year, Lady of healing, whose touch illness dispels. Send your overflowing waters, may wellness appear. We welcome these spirits to be near.
North. Hail, spirits of the north, powers of earth, we call upon Lady Bridget at her time of year, goddess of labor, whose farm peak feeds the hearth. Callous our palms with new skills, your gifts we hold dear. We all welcome
these spirits to be near.
As we like to tell us, souls become its heart. We join our hearts to the one great flame. bright compassion, and beloved community. May we become lanterns to the world, lighting the way for all.
In Ireland and Scotland, a representation of Bridget would be paraded around the community, usually as a doll-like figure known as a bridiog or biddy. It would be made from rushes or reeds and clad in bits of cloth, flowers, or shells. In the Hebrides of Scotland, a bright shell or crystal symbolizing the guiding star of Bridget was set on its chest. They visited every house in the area where they received either food or more decoration for the bridiog. And so they did then. We continue the ancient tradition with our way of parade of the bridiog. Midwife of mystery, open the door. Infant of the infinite, come you in. Let there be welcome to the newborn truth. Let there be welcome to the spring of the year. In cold and darkness you are traveling. In warmth and brightness you will arrive. May the blessed time of Imbolc kindle the soul of our beings, bringing birth to innocence and integrity, from the depths to the heights, from the heights to the depths, in the heart of every soul. Our spring maiden has come. Long ago, the story goes, Bridget flung off her mantle over the world. Beneath the shelter, the earth and its people could find healing, insight, and growth. But her mantle, said to be green, is also representative of the greening earth itself. Bridget's physical representation reminds us of her tangible blessing as a goddess of the land, of spring and renewal. So that we may sense her blessings more fully, feel free to take a maple treat from the baskets being passed around and taste the sweetness of life that is literally rising in the trees in this liminal season.
Yum. Bridget, the goddess, who in Christian times would become a saint, was an elemental figure, associated not only with the earth as bringer of spring's fertility, and with the air as breath of life, but also with water as a source of purification and healing. The water from her sacred well was thought to have healing powers. Some of the saint's legendary miracles were related to water, including her famed ability to change it into beer. In some variations of the Bridget story, the Kalyak journeys to a magic well at dawn on the first day of spring, and upon looking at her image reflected in it or drinking from it, she herself is transformed into the maiden.
And it was early this morning. She was making her way down with a stick, and just as she reached the water's edge, a dog barked. No sooner had she heard the dog bark than she fell down. Then she fell down like a heap of bones. It's early today, the dog spoke in advance of me. The dog spoke, the dog spoke. It's early today, the dog spoke in advance of me. Ebb tide to me as to the sea.
Wow. Like the Kalyak, we too can be renewed. Even today, the faithful make pilgrimages to Bridget's sacred wells and streams, where they cleanse their hands and hearts in a ritual known as lustration or water sainting, which means blessing. So now we are going to enact the rite of water sainting in this liminal time. We invite you to come forward as we sing. You're going to form 2 lines. And officiants will be ready with water jugs and basins at the stations. When you come forward, place your hands palm up over the basin, and they will pour a few drops of water on your fingertips. You can touch the water to your forehead in blessing and return to your seat. And for those who need to stay where they are, simply raise your hand and someone will come to you. You can rise as you're ready.
By February 1st, the daylight lasts noticeably longer than at winter solstice, confirming that the fiery sun has indeed begun its return journey. Not surprisingly, Bridget is associated with fire. One of the meanings of her name is firebrand or fiery arrow. Druid priestesses at the goddess's sanctuary in Kildare, Ireland, kept a perpetual fire burning in her honor, a fire that Catholic nuns continued to keep when the goddess was converted to saint and her sanctuary to a monastery. Stories of the saint's life also retain the fiery image. A pillar of flame hovered above the place where she was born, and she was believed to hang her cloak on a sunbeam. Like her divine counterpart, the saint was the patron of metalworkers, at home near the blacksmith's furnace. On the eve of her feast, the faithful ritually invited her into their homes and considered themselves blessed if the next morning they found the mark of her footprint in the ashes of their hearth. From the 4th century, Christians also commemorated at this time the biblical event of Mary, representing herself in the temple to be purified after the birth of her son Jesus. By the 11th century, the blessing of candles became associated with the feast, which came to be known as Candlemas, a feast that had strong appeal in the colder, darker northern countries, where it was primarily a celebration of returning light. In the border districts of Scotland, people lit fires on the hills. For some of our ancestors, the fires on their hilltops and the flames of their candles beckoned the sun, drawing it closer. We can still appreciate fire as a symbol not just of the physical light and warmth we hope for the return of the sun, but also of spiritual enlightenment and the light within us. So now, we invite you to our altar to light a candle to symbolize the spark of life renewed in the world. While there, we invite you to gaze into Bridget's basket and glimpse the nature of the divine.
And fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining up the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine in glitter on the seas, in burning sun, in moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadow glows with beauty's rife. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am life. I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining of the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine and glitter on on the seas, in burning sun, in moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadows glow with beauty's rife. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am alive. I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining of the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine and glitter on the seas, in burning sun, in moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadows glow with beauty's rife. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am life. I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining of the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining up the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine and glitter on the seas, in burning sun, in moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadows glow with beauty's rife. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am alive. I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining of the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine and glitter on the seas, in burning sun, in moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadows glow with beauty's rife. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining up the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine and glitter on the seas, in burning sun and moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadows glow with beauty's right. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am life. I am that great and fiery force, sparkling in everything that lives, in shining up the river's course, in greening grass that glory gives. I shine and glitter on the seas, in burning sun and moon and stars, in unseen wind, in verdant trees. I breathe within, both near and far. And where I breathe, there is no death, and meadows glow with beauty's rife. I am in all the Spirit's breath, the thundered word, for I am life.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light, like the light that burns within us, that we take forth into the seasons, into the world, and into our lives, shining on as the world turns. Into the world and be that light for which we seek.
Join us. Please stand, if you will, turning to each direction as we bid farewell to the quarters. We're going to look north. Guardians of the north and strength of earth, we thank you for gifts of life in joyous rebirth. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the west, deep water clear, we thank you for gifts of health and love so dear.
Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the South, where fire burns bright, we thank you for gifts of passion and ardent light. Farewell and blessed be.
Guardians of the East, realm of air, we thank you for gifts of sight and wisdom fair.
Farewell and blessed be. And we thank the powers of the ancients.
The spirit of life of all creation.
We thank Bridget for guiding us through liminal spaces.
And the solar god for warmth and light.
We thank the powers of the stars above and the earth below for this time we have shared together. Farewell and blessed be.
May our circle of love and friendship not be broken, but open up as a spiral, winding and weaving as we go forth into the deep and blessed world. And in our going, may we be blessed with all good things on this day and forevermore. Merry have we met, merry do we part, and until we merry meet again, blessed be.
This fellowship is a community in which all are welcome. Its energy and its resources feed the fire of our spiritual growth. Its wealth and its hearth are what we share. As we contribute to the life of the community, we affirm the sparks of life it brings to us. Let there be an offering to sustain and strengthen this, our fellowship. And now for one of my favorite parts, the postlude and the social hour. Enjoy. Happy Imbolc.
The seeds of spring are stirring beneath the melting snow. The song of Imbolc rising from below. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten. forgotten. The seeds of spring are stirring beneath the melting snow. The song rising from below. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten. Bridget, keeper of the flame, we gather in your name, never lost or forgotten.